Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
What's up everyone, it's Waves, and today again I have a new M+ commentary for you guys. This is an interesting one. It's a Ruby Life Pulse, as you may have seen in the title. We have fought with this key the entire week. We had a 25, we depleted it by 5 seconds. We made lots of mistakes. We had a lot of ideas how to improve the key. We depleted 24, depleted a 23 because we just instantly fucked up. Because we did some dumb shit. We two-chested a 22, which was like, I mean, that's not really a difficult key anymore, but like, you know, we had a rough time with this key. And then we didn't get a Ruby Life Pulse anymore for the entire week. And then yesterday, on Tuesday, which the EU reset is on Wednesday, last day, very late into the day, we get a Ruby Life Pulse 25. So we were like, all right, we need the redemption, right? So I'd say we jump right into the key, see what happens, see what improvements we made, because I will talk about that as well. And yeah, I would just say let's send it and see what's happening. All right, so we pre-invis. That's a good thing that you can do if you want to skip the first big guy in Ruby. You can just pre-invis, then get a raw from a druid, for example. Then you can just all get past, and yeah, then you have potion basically for the first pull. So first pull, we do a rather big pull. We will Bloodlust here as well. I know it was tyrannical. By the way, I'm uploading this video in the fortified week now, but since it's Wednesday and we just timed it yesterday, I didn't have the time to like record it last night anymore. So I hope that's fine for you guys. Anyways, this was tyrannical week, but we still lost trash because bosses are kind of like whatever. So we raw here from the evoker into a leg sweep, into cap stun. This is with our combo an insane combo that we can do pretty much all the time that we fight like a really big pack, like both sweep and cap totem being on a 1 minute cooldown, raw is on a 2 minute cooldown. So pretty much every other cycle of big AoE stuns we can raw to increase the duration of the stuns basically. We have a little bit of a fuck up here because one of those Terra sentries is way higher in HP than all the other mobs. That is not good with bolstering, obviously, because then we spend a lot of time just finishing off a mob instead of just cleaving them down equally. I'm not really doing a lot of damage in this key, you will notice, in some situations, because I'm really just there for funnel, which, ironically, that target just didn't get properly funneled, because we just didn't notice it was that high quick enough. But yeah, you will see it later on during the heat, that's why I'm also playing Grief Torch. My gear, in comparison to the last video that I made, still isn't great. I crafted Venom Boots, and I took the Fang embellishment of my weapon. That's pretty much the only thing that changed. We cleared the raid again, no icon, no Aaron Oggering, no Kurok weapon. So my gear is still questionable, but actually there's something in my vault right now as I'm recording this video, but you know, first things first, we gotta record the video and then I can check out and see what we have in the vault. So yeah, next pack, this time we do it way better with like cleaving them down equally, and you can see way better, way faster. The patrol is in a good position though, so we can instantly take this Chill Weaver. First kick from the monk. Now I will take second kick here. I think he starts casting like around the corner here a little bit. Oh no, I actually get it. Alright, that's fine. We take some whelps here just for additional funnel basically for my primordial wave. When you play with a pre-made pushing with an enhanced shaman, it's very important that you pretty much always find additional targets for your primordial wave. And you will see this like throughout the key. This is like a good example where you could just play the big guy. Sure, you take the Chill Weaver as a cleave target, but then you also want those whelps so that you get the additional primordial wave haste on your Enhancement Shaman, because that's gonna be good funnel in return as well. This is a little bit of an annoying mob, honestly, because it feels like you're losing like so much time killing this guy, and this is just tyrannical. Like I don't want to see how this shit is gonna be like this week when it's fortified. But yeah, you just gotta funnel a little bit into it as long as you can from the Chill Weaver, and then just, you know, sit there and finish it off. I mean, it's not like that difficult, right? It just takes a while. It's always a little bit of a question here if you want to use more cooldowns into this, and my philosophy is the way that we play the boss is that I will always use my wolves on this guy. I don't really care, like wolves are back so quickly anyways that I just send it. My primordial wave though, I really want to have like at the beginning of the fight, which is why you saw me not use it here anymore. I could have maybe used it, but I just wanted to make sure that I have Primordial Wave here on pull, because the way that we're doing this is we're starting a boss fight and the tank is instantly running over to the X here and gets, I think like 5 of them out. Actually, we took 4 here. So I get Flame Shock on them, I get the Primordial Wave out, and then I send the Lightning Bolt, so I get my haste. And then we already start the fight with 50% haste increase, which is really, really good, since especially because we don't have Bloodlust for this boss. It's really good to get your haste from there. And I mean, this boss on Tyrannical is no joke, like definitely on the healer, not easy for sure. Those chill storms are pretty difficult, honestly, on high Tyrannical keys, because you tick down so much, and then at the end, once it explodes, it does a lot of damage if you don't have defensives for it. Obviously, in the first one here, we had defensives, but you will see throughout the fight in chill storms where we don't have a lot of defensives, how critical those moments can be. So pre-planning stuff like, for example, like Vigil and AG as well, just having those up during the chill storm to keep the group topped, so that once the big hit comes at the end, that we don't die. Basically, those are like important things, basically. Watching this footage back, by the way, I noticed one thing that's like not ideal in the way that I play this key is I am running Grief Torch for a reason, but I feel like I hold it a little bit too long sometimes, because I get the impression that, for example, if we fight a trash mob or like a trash pack or something, that I prior other things over the Grief Torch in a lot of cases, where realistically I should just send the Grief Torch. Also there I just cancelled my Grief Torch after like half a second of channeling, which, by the way, you shouldn't do. Like it's fucking terrible, right? Like it's really bad. So yeah, don't copy what I'm doing there. But yeah, overall, as I said, I think it's just that that I sometimes undervalue the Grief Torch. I mean, it is a mythic 424 Grief Torch, so it does a lot of damage, and I probably should just send it almost on cooldown if there's not like a specific moment where I know, okay, in this moment, I don't know, there's like a damage increase or some shit, so I need it there. Otherwise, I should probably just send it on a funnel target on cooldown, almost, which I didn't do. I think I can improve on that a lot. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So we got the first Whelp Stone, that was good. You obviously want to have AG for the first Whelps if possible. And yeah, now we're basically just facing the boss here in between the 2 chill storms so that we get the next set of Whelps. Our healer's a little bit but we still got some mana left in the tank to get us through more of the fight. So we will see how that ends up going. We get the leg sweep here, just to take a little bit damage out of these adds. We drop really low here, but then we get big AoE healing in. And yeah, we get the kick on the boss. Now we just funnel from the adds into the boss as much as we can before these whelps die, basically, because those are the last whelps that we're gonna get in this fight. So we gotta try and make the most use out of it. We get the next chill storm. Again, these chill storms are always sketchy. On this one we were safe though, so we didn't have to worry about it. Next one I think is where I'm gonna AG again, just to like stabilize the group. As I said, like during the chill storm is channeling, because there's a lot of damage incoming into the group. You AG, keep them stable, and then once the big hit comes in, it doesn't one-shot you, basically. That is what we're trying to do. So you can see right here, I'm using my AG, trying to do as much damage as possible to like top the group here, and then it's no big deal, basically. Alright, we get another Grief Torch here. Get Wind Fury Totem down again, get another set of wolves, and the boss is almost dead. Like, we're down to 10% here. Of course, we have an Arms Warrior in the group, so execute is always huge. We always have big execute windows where he's just chunking away with like every execute, every Mortal Strike. Like, he's just doing the biggest damage on the boss, which is really, really good. And yeah, as I said, we dropped really low on the last Chill Storm here, but fight is pretty much over. So as long as we don't get another Chill Storm, we're chilling. And yeah, that's it. We touch the boss. And this time we actually pre-spread a little bit. Like, this dragon can cost you a lot of time. I mean, a lot of time, but like, you can lose valuable time if you have one person try to click a dragon, then someone steals it. You walk over, next one gets stolen. You walk over, next one gets stolen, you know? It ramps up, and then the first people to arrive have to wait for the last one. So having like pre-assigned or like an idea of like, you know, not standing in the same spot will save you some valuable time, because as I said, we depleted a 25 ruby in the beginning of the week by 5 seconds. Sure, we had deaths, sure we had like things that we didn't play optimal, shit like that, right? But those 5 seconds, if you play this flying up on the dragon correctly, that could save 5 seconds easily, right? So you can see how important it can be in some situations. Obviously, it's not gonna always matter, but well, chances are you're gonna find yourself in a situation where having a little bit of a strategy there, playing it clean, will make the difference. So might as well just pay attention to it, right? Like even if you're not like pre-planning positions or whatever the fuck, right? But like if you're in a park or something and you see someone standing in a spot, just don't walk towards them and steal that dragon, right? Just look where there's a free position and take that dragon instead. But yeah, now we kill the Thunderhead here. That's like the only dragon you want to play of the two. The fire one we decide to skip in our route, so yeah, only have to worry about this one. With the fire one, you have to kind of like pay attention to his pathing, so that you don't pull him on accident, that you keep an eye on where he is, so that you don't like kill the trash pack right in front of where he's gonna land and then have to wait the entire duration until he leaves, because there's a way to like walk around it and skip it, but it's so easy to fuck up that we decided it wasn't really worth it, and we would just like instead pay attention to where he is and then, you know, move accordingly. In these packs, by the way, in front of second boss, all around the boss room here, I am there to funnel into the destroyer. You can see I have a great weak aura to track Flame Shock and Lashing Flames on my nameplates. You can see that on the Cinder Weavers there, for the most part, it stays orange, right? Because I'm funneling into the destroyer. I don't even care in most of these packs, for the most part, to spread my Lashing Flames, because the worst thing you can do here, and this is tyrannical, in Fortified it's gonna be way worse with bolstering, which I don't know, is there still Fortified bolstering? It may not be the case. Anyways, with bolstering, it's really bad. If you bolster these destroyers twice, like if you just AoE nuke, the Cinder Weavers will always die before the destroyer, and then the destroyer will get bolstered twice, and then he casts an Inferno, and then in a high key, you're most likely dead. So that is something that we did in our first 25. We didn't properly funnel, and we just AoE cleaved them down. We bolstered the destroyer twice. We got the double bolstered Inferno off. And guys, can we just take 1 second? Why the fuck is my Feral Spirits up? Yet I only have 1 wolf. What? Like, you can see it on my weak art. There's only 1 wolf. Did there only just 1 spawn? Or did 1 die or some shit? No, it literally just spawned 1. What? Wait, no, it spawned a Firewolf. Where did my Firewolf go? It just died. Alright, that's great. Anyways, so yeah, you don't want to double bolster the destroyer, and you know, you don't want to double bolster the destroyer and then just kill your group by that. So make sure that you have at least 1 person in the group just funnel the destroyer, if not all of them, depending on your damage profile, your specs, your classes, you know, whatever, right? So yeah, important on these flame dancers. When they flame dance, you gotta interrupt that, like stun it, whatever. And then when they die, you wanna purge that. So, and don't be in melee range. That is really important. But yeah, when they cast a flame dance, incap it, stun it, thunderstorm it, sunder it, like whatever your group has to offer that you can do. Like there it is, the flame dance. We let this go off for a while and then we stormbolt it. It should be a little bit quicker with the CC. Especially in fortified weeks, it's very important. But yeah, just something to look out for. You can see, again, I'm not worried about spreading lashing flames or whatever. I'm sitting on the destroyer and I'm funneling into it as much as I can. If you're wondering how exactly you funnel as enhance, the talent where the more flame shocks you have, the damage and the cooldown, like the damage gets increased and the cooldown of your lava lash gets decreased. That is funnel, so you have a lot of flame shocks and then you just lava lash into 1 target. If you play physical build, for example, it's also really good to have the crash talent that per target hit increases your storm strike damage. Also, you can use lava bursts instead of chain lightning onto 1 target, so you know, just funnel the damage that you gain out of multiple targets into, or the resources rather, like into 1 target. So here we have some Scorchlings, but we just drag them along. We just move to the next pack because they don't really do anything anyways. I just walked into a volcanic because I was looking at something else. We checked the fire dragon there. He's leaving. I mean, not that he would Not that he would be a problem in this particular spot, but, you know, just to have awareness, basically. Again, next pack. I mean, most of these packs have a destroyer, so you know what my job will be, right? Just same as always. We have the Flame Dance there. We leg sweep it just to make sure that it's instantly interrupted. And in these packs, it's also very good for the Inferno, depending on if you're in voice with your healer, if you're not in voice with your healer. If you are, just tell them that you have AG ready, because an AG can easily carry an Inferno. So yeah, really good to have there. I Grief Touch the Destroyer here because we want to kill it before this Inferno goes off. Was really close actually, but it didn't go off. So yeah, we got that. We just saw in the corner of our eye, by the way, that the Flame Dragon just left. So we finished this off and we instantly move. Like this was perfect timing on the Flame Dragon. So it just left. We just take this pack, move it a bit to the side. If you fight this in the middle of the room here, or like the hallway or whatever the fuck, it can be a little bit close and dangerous that you sometimes pull the Fire Dragon on accident. So we take the pack a little bit to the side here. And then, again, I'm repeating myself, but it's important. Funnel the Destroyer so it dies at the same time. You can see, I mean, my overall damage, it would be higher, right? If I just spread my Lashing Flames, like, it would definitely impact my overall damage a lot. But get into the mindset if you want to push keys, sure, you don't want to slack on damage, right? You need a lot of damage to time high keys, but you don't all just need to pad overall to time a high key, right? It's important when and where you have your damage. So yeah, like you will see the difference at the end of this key to what I said about the first 25 Ruby that we played this week. You will see the difference, all right? Like just wait for it. So yeah, last pack, there's no Destroyer in there, so we can just happily cleave from the beginning, basically. Yeah, there we go. I'm spreading Lashing Flames here. So I have it on all the targets. There we go. All the nameplates are green. And now we can just like AoE them, basically. I'm not sure if I hold my Primordial Wave here or if I still send it. I think I hold it for the... Oh, no, I actually send it. All right, I still send it. Because I will just need it for the ad, but I can kind of just have it late on the ad and that's going to be fine. So yeah. That's pretty fine here. Actually, or I may as well just not have it for the first ad, as it looks like here. So I used the single target situation here to use my Grief Torch. I could have waited for the ad because it cleaves a little bit, but honestly, with our comp, we have too much damage on the ad almost. So the way that we play this is we have 3 kicks assigned for the ad. We have Feral Kick late, we have Warrior Kick early, and then we have Me Kick very late. And we're killing these 2 quickly. Because what we want to do is we want to kill the ad right before the boss sends a boulder so that we can stand on the exploding ad and bait the boulder towards the exploding ad and then move the boss out. All right, we will see if we get a perfect one. So right here, we don't move to the new ad, we bait the boulder, then we move to the new ad, then we kill the new ad. And now we want to get the timing right. We can see the next boulder is in 8 seconds. So we want to kind of like time it. I think we had way too much damage on ads here. So we kill it here. Now you can see casting the boulder on the ad, then we kill the ad, and then we move out. So we lose no space from the boulder. This was like a little bit too slow, I would say. Like 2 seconds earlier than this would be perfect. So again, our healer baits the ad in front. We stay on the boss. Boulder in 2 seconds. We move there, but we don't like bait the boulder in front of us. Like we bait it behind. And then we have space to play the ads. And that's just rinse and repeat, right? It's the same thing every time. So we hit the ad a little bit. 5 seconds on the boulder. This may be a little bit too quick again. Actually, this might be perfect. So we kill it, bait boulder, and then we walk out. This was really good. So then we walk out. Yeah, same thing again. Move behind the boss to bait the boulder. Healer in front to bait the ad. And then we go slowly to the ad. Bait the boulder behind, and then we go around, kill the ad. Rinse and repeat. Same thing. It's very clean. It's easy to play. You don't have to worry about anything, basically. You have endless room, and it makes it easier for the healer as well. So, yeah. We killed this a little bit early, so we have to stay in this for longer, bait the boulder, then sprint out. Jelly unfortunately dies here because he didn't have movement anymore. Usually he can just like either leap out, but he didn't have leap, or charge to the boss. But because we had to delay moving the boss so much to bait the boulder, he didn't have movement anymore to get out, right? Because we needed to bait. So you can see how important the timing is to actually get these ads right, so that it pretty much just makes the whole fight easier. So yeah, at some point we just said, okay, Jelly, you just stay on the boss, you just single target the boss, and I just finish off the ads, because yeah, I have more movement and I can just, you know, cleave the whole time anyways, and they have better like single target than me then in those situations. So yeah. But yeah, we're getting to the end of the boss fight here. We bait a last ad. This is like the last one we're gonna play. After that, we're gonna just focus boss. I stay behind to bait boulder. We are on the ad again. Since this is the last ad we're playing, I just AG here to make sure that no mistakes happen here, that we don't have a little fuck up and we randomly die or whatever. And then we hit the ad here, bait the boulder. Actually, we were really slow on this ad. This is not good. Because if it gets the second Inferno off, that's terrible. So you definitely want to kill it before the second Inferno. Everything else is kind of like, you know, you have leeway to like when exactly you kill it. You just have to play around the boulder baiting. But you definitely do not want it to get a second Inferno off. So this one, we kill the boss before the first Inferno even goes off. So that's very good. We're stuck in combat here for some reason. I don't know why exactly we're stuck in combat, but we were. So yeah, we lost a couple seconds there, but I mean, it is what it is. So now we all mount up and we move to the bridge. We have 10.5 minutes left, which is a really good timer for this. So yeah, we usually after this pack, like this pack, we just play by itself. Or I guess you could call this a double, I would say. I mean, I guess we take the patrol there and from upstairs and this. So I guess this is kind of like a double pull. But what we would try to do if we really needed to go fast is the next two packs with the flame casters. We would take a double pull as well, but it's a very sketchy pull. If you don't have your kicks, your CC, everything like properly assigned, then it's really sketchy. But it can be rather easy and doable if you have those properly assigned. Since we had so much time, we didn't plan on doing that. Like we are bing chilling with time here, so we just make sure to again, you can see I'm not spreading Lashing Flames. I want to kill the guy that channels the storm, because that bolstered will literally obliterate your group. So make sure to funnel that down. Then we cleave the rest of them down. All good, easy. Dies at the same time. And these are the two packs that I was talking about, like this one and this one. I don't know why the fuck I just pointed at my monitor instead of using my mouse. But yeah, so the Flame Channeler, a Shaman can solo kick that. Like you have to kick it and then purge the buff that it gets. And then you can solo kick it basically. I'm actually not purging here because I'm not paying attention. That's great. So actually in this case I could have still solo kicked it, but you want to make sure that you purge it in most cases if you're solo kicking it anyways, because you're on the target by default, so you might as well just purge it. It dies way quicker here than the warriors, but there's no big deal with that. Actually, I missed my kick so it heals, so that was actually pre-planned. So now we have more targets to funnel into the high health target so they die at the same time. Believe me, it was planned, alright? It wasn't just me missing a kick because I was focusing on something else. Alright, then here, randomly, this could have literally be very, very bad, alright? I don't know what happened here, but obviously you want to play this pack, then you want to play this pack, and then it's all good, right? Because if we take these together, we're dead. That's a wipe, guaranteed, alright? So I don't know what this mob is doing. I flame shock it. And it just randomly walks into the other direction. It just runs away from me because it's in fear, because it knows if you see an Enhancement Shaman, flame shock your ass. You fucking run. Otherwise you're dead, alright? So this guy starts running away into the other pack. Then decides, oh wait, I'm running the wrong direction, turns around and comes back to us to join the battle. Like, I don't know what was going on there, but I think it was just my presence that just scared him. And that's why he wanted to run away. Then our monk randomly, fat fingers roll, almost rolls into the other pack. Like, I don't know what was going on in this pack, but holy shit. Alright, so we spread the Lashing Flames a little bit here. Just to make sure that they die semi at the same time. Sure, we want to funnel a little bit more into the Channeler because it has like more HP than the others, like the Tempest Channeler. And because the Lightning Storm is hurting a lot. So yeah, We kick that, and they pretty much die at the same time. So now we do the side packs here, just kill them off basically. And then we move to the last like difficult pack here. I could solo purge these and speed this up a little bit, but yeah, sometimes I do purge them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes they just die from them, or like the shield depletes from damage quicker than I can like tap through the targets to purge all of them. If you have a Blood Elf, obviously that's the easiest. This is a very sketchy pack, by the way. This mob has to be funneled heavily, because this Lightning Storm is no joke. Like, it's actually hard to heal. It has so much more HP than the Storm Warriors that funneling is pretty much more important than ever. Breaking the Storm Shield even can be difficult sometimes, where you just won't have the damage to beat it. Like, this one was very, very close. I'm pretty sure like all of them in this key were really, really close. But yeah, pretty much like not bolstering this guy is so difficult because it just has so much more HP. So I'm not touching the Storm Warriors. The only thing I'm gonna do is like Flame Shock them, obviously, so I get the cooldown reduction on my Lava Lash. And then we're just funneling. I think at some point we're also like ringing the mobs away just so like we avoid cleaving them, so that we have more time to like funnel into the guy. I don't know if it happened in the beginning or if it's happening like soon-ish, because he still has a ring. Maybe it wasn't in this key. Maybe it was in the one we depleted by 5 seconds. I can't remember. But yeah, anyways, we do a really good job at like not double bolstering him at least. So yeah, we Typhoon this guy away just to delay it by a little bit, and then one bolster runs out, we get the second bolster, and then it's fine. If we had 2 bolsters at the same time and the Lightning Storm go off, it would be very, very sketchy. But yeah, so we want to clear one side here, and then take the other side onto the boss as funnel targets. Again, you want to play around your enhance, around Primordial Wave as always. We stay in the middle of the room here. Only the tank pulls the boss. We need to be in the middle of the room to bait the dragon correctly, because we never want the dragon to be baited on the side of the room. So by standing in the middle, we make sure that the dragon always is here. Primordial Wave the boss, Flame Shock one boss, Lava Lash to get 5 Flame Shocks out, and then we get the 50% haste. And yeah, we gain huge value out of that. We want to get both to 50% at roughly the same time, but you definitely don't want to push this one to 50% before the dragon isn't at 50. So ideally you want to have the dragon come down like this at 51% and then Bloodlust as soon as he lands, because then you get a lot of damage into the face, then he phases, and then you get the cleave Bloodlust as well. So that's kind of like the timing we're going for. We'll see how that works out. So we get another dragon here. A little bit of an awkward breath here with the boss, but we do manage. We try again, as soon as he's down, we just focus on the dragon, because every time he's gone, we have to focus on the boss. So, you know, we gotta make the hard switch onto the dragon whenever he's landing. We get the flame spit here on the side, and dragon is down again. And good breath here. We have room to just damage a boss, it's all good. And we get the next set of wins here. And this is going pretty smoothly. I mean, we have 4.5 minutes left still. The bosses are about to phase soon. And yeah, so far it's looking all good. The druid is bear farming the flame spit here and dies. So this is where things spiral out of control. So Crive is flying over to CR him. He can't because the flame patch is there. So he has to like move around basically back to us. So you can see him here on the minimap piece appearing here, just flying back to us now here to dodge the breath that is like on the corpse of our druid. So then I grief torch here, because I was dumb enough after enough years of experience in WoW to know that this big ass dragon has a big ass hitbox, and that his flame breath isn't starting here, but is in fact starting here. So I get just pushed into the flame breath. Totally my bad. I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I saw that he was dead. I was a little bit in panic. You know, it happens. So I think, okay, it's fine. We can CR the druid. I can Ankh. It's all good, right? Little did I know that there's gonna be flames on me, so I can't Ankh. And now Crive has to fly over to now try and res him. We get the interrupting cloudburst as well, so he has to cancel the CR. Now recast the CR on the druid. So we get him up here. He takes a second. Then he releases. Then he casts a CR. I can't insta-take this, right? Because the Flame Breath is baited exactly where I would be rest here. So I wait a little bit. I take the res. And now we're chilling. In hindsight, actually, because the fire like got pushed away on my corpse, I could have anked. Like I could have just like not taken the CR and just anked afterwards. To be honest, I didn't think about it in the situation, but now we don't have a CR anymore. If I just anked, we would have like saved the CR, which would probably have been better. But yeah, something to keep in mind at least. So now we have Bloodlust running, obviously. In this phase, like once you face the bosses, it's really good to have AG here because you usually have Lust and you usually have your cooldowns. So having AG here, because like 3 people will get the Flame Spit, having AG to just keep them topped is really, really helpful here. I also wall so that those Flame Spits won't be an issue. We get a good breath. We have a lot of room to continue fighting the boss here. That is really, really good. Then we get Thundering here. I think I'm maybe out of position here in a second, because we spread these fires around the boss really bad, and I make the dumb decision to go left side here. So I have to find a small gap here, dodge the breath, clear Thundering, and then Grief Torch, dodge the Volcanic, and then we finish off the dragon. And pretty much at this point, there's nothing happening anymore, right? I mean, sure, the boss is still alive. Sure, the Storm Slam, if you don't pay attention, could theoretically kill your tank, but realistically speaking, there's nothing that can happen anymore now. So it's just a race against time to finish the boss, which, I mean, we have 2.5 minutes left, and we have 6 million damage to do. Yeah, if my math is correct, we should be fine, I would say. So yeah, we pretty much, by playing better and working on our mistakes, in a key that we depleted by 5 seconds. Sure, we did a lot of mistakes there, right? But just by thinking about what we did wrong, thinking about the mistakes we did in the same key, with the same group, we saved 2 minutes. And we didn't even play this clean. Like the last boss, I swear, these deaths made it to where, like when the Feral died and when I died, that was like the phase where we wanted to face him, right? That was the moment where, like, the Feral died and then the dragon landed. If the Feral was alive when the dragon landed, that is the moment where we would have wanted to Bloodlust and just full send it. But we had to delay it by an entire phase, so we had to stop damage on the dragon, let it fly away again, then do the reses, then let it come down, and then Bloodlust. So we literally lost like 30 seconds, right? 30, 40 seconds, something like that on that. So you can see, we saved, let's just say he didn't die there, right? Let's just say we would have played it perfect at the end. We would have saved 2.5 minutes by just playing priority damage better after the first boss, right? Between first and second boss in the circular room, just switching our priority on what target we funnel damage into, we saved 2.5 minutes. And that is actually kind of crazy to me. I think I show my my damage breakdown here for anyone's interested. You can see my overall is not that great, but it doesn't matter because we needed the funnel. Yeah, you can see my Grief Torch damage is kind of low. I feel like I'm sitting on Grief Torch in some situations a little bit too long. But anyways, that's a breakdown. That is a clean key. That is a timed key, more importantly. And yeah, as I said, that was the first week I pushed this season. So my fortified keys are still like all 21s and stuff like that. So we will see what happens this week. We got to like, what was the score? I think like 31-14 or something. Yeah, 31-14 with just basically tyrannical keys and my fortified keys being like 21s. So we will see what we can get done this week, how much we get to play and what keys we get done. We will see. It's a lot of fun to play. I hope you learned something from this key. If you do, if you did, maybe leave a like and yeah, write me some feedback in the comments. I would appreciate that. If you want to see me play some keys live, because sometimes I do, follow my stream at twitch.tv/waveswow. And yeah, then I hope you enjoyed the content. That's pretty much all I got. I hope you take care and stay healthy until we speak again. And with that being said, peace.